What's going on, Show Nation? It's Movie with Movie Gaming TV, and in today's video, we're going to take a look back at all the Future Stars cards in the history of Diamond Dynasty, and we're going to see where they have ended up in MLB The Show 20. So this should be kind of a nostalgic look back for many of us to see where some of these cards ended up. And we're going to go ahead and go over to the inventory. And there were quite a bit of them in MLB The Show 17. First card that we have up is from the Baltimore Orioles. And it is a guy that I believe is still on their roster. Chance Sisco, 84, 64, 59, 54, 66 vision, 73 fielding, 53 speed, 85 gold. That might look a little bit strange to some of you guys as well. Back in the day, you had to be a 90 overall to be a diamond. So at 85, he's still a gold. And all the stats in MLB 17, we didn't have 125 stats yet. We just maxed out at 99. So that's why he's also like, you got to keep in mind with all these cards, they max out at 99 overall. We also have for the Red Sox, Andrew Benintendi, 91, 85, 75, 63, 80 vision. So that'd be like more like upper 100s, maybe like 110 contact versus right. 81 fielding, 68 speed. They also had Rafael Devers as a future star, 85, 76, 85, 72, 65 vision, 70 fielding, 55 speed. Both of these guys are major parts of the Red Sox now, so they were definitely on point with these as future star cards. For the Yankees, we have Cliff Frazier, and he is an 87 overall. Lots of Yankees cards. I believe they got him in the Andrew Miller trade, I want to say. 68, 77, 71, 77. Has played a little bit with the Yankees on the big league club as well. So we got Clint Frazier there. Now we're going to head over to the Rays. Okay, for the Rays, we've got Jose De Leon. I don't remember this guy at all, honestly. 87, 80, 88, 65, threw a four-seam, a changeup, and a slider, and a curveball. I don't remember that guy whatsoever, but I do remember this guy, Blake Snell, 88, 70, 86, had 61 and 72 control, BB per 9 and control, had the four-seam, the slider, the changeup, and the curveball. I feel like his curveball is more regarded now as his main pitch. We're going to take a look at the Blue Jays. They had Anthony Alford, and if you guys got any stories about these guys, let me know down in the comment section below. Anthony Alford, I don't really, I don't remember him really ever making an impact at all. 83, 71, 58, 61, 78 fielding, 87 speed. Anthony Alford. Now we're going to take a look at the White Sox. Yon Moncada, 84-60, 78-68. He had 76 fielding, 82 speed, so he's a little bit faster than I think he is nowadays or what have you. He was a 96 overall in this game also, which is pretty dang high for a Future Stars card. We got Reynaldo Lopez as well, 86 overall. He's got an 83, 78, 82, four-seam, curveball, changeup, two-seam. I don't know what kind of impact he's had. Lucas Giolito, though, was also on this team. Four-seam, curveball, circle change, slider, and a sinker. Very effective pitch set. One of the better pitchers in the MLB now is Lucas Giolito. So they got him as well. They got three of them this time around. Now we're going to head over to the Indians, and we're going to take a look at their Future Stars card. Where is he here? It's Bradley Zimmer, 86 overall. Bradley Zimmer, 72, 60, 81, 59, 79 fielding, 85 speed. Bradley Zimmer just seems like he's never been able to stay healthy to reach his potential. For the Tigers, I think the Tigers, for some reason, like they didn't even have one. So the Tigers, unfortunately, did not get one of the Future Stars cards. The Royals did get one, and that was Raul Mondesi. Not even Alberto Mondesi, but Raul Mondesi. 67, 62, 72, 60, 83 fielding, 90 speed. So he's actually faster now than he was back then, which is kind of interesting when you think about it. You would have thought maybe he was, I don't know how he got faster, but apparently he got faster. So we got the future stars for the Twins: Jose Barrios, 90, 82, 82, 66. The four seam, the slurve, the changeup, and the sinker. This one was pretty on point because now he is a gold in MLB The Show. One of the main pieces of the Twins rotation. We got Byron Buxton as well, 69, 59, 77, 73. Only 92 speed, 94 fielding. So they had Buxton back then. Buxton, good player now for the Twins. That's definitely for sure. So both of those were right on point from all the way back in MLB The Show 17. For the Angels actually do not have one. The Athletics, is Franklin Barrietto. I don't know. I think this might be him right here. I don't know if I've really seen anything from this guy. Is he possibly going to be a second baseman for them? I'm not sure. 74, 75, 67, 59, bats right, throws right, 73 fielding, 77 speed. Let me know down in the comments section what you guys know about that guy. We're going to take a look at the Rangers now, and they've got a couple of them. Actually, look at the Mariners. The Mariners, I guess the Mariners don't have one. As I look over my list, the Mariners do not have one. So for whatever reason, it was weird. Like some teams got a couple, and then some teams didn't get any. Nomar Mazara, who I believe is now on the White Sox, 86, 89, 66, 77, 74 fielding, 56 speed, up to a 90 overall. We had Joey Gallo. This is kind of where Joey Gallo got his start as a mythical legend in the MLB The Show community. Was from this Future Stars card, and he is now pretty much like the face of the franchise for the Texas Rangers. 70 fielding, 88 arm strength. So his fielding's really gone up. 55 speed. Still has third base, first base, all the outfield positions. Willie Calhoun, kind of a BR god in today's game. 80, 84, 68, 71, 88 vision, low fielding, mid-tier speed as well. But he was their card. And we're going to take a look at the Astros here. And they have, for their first one, I believe it's 85 overall, Francis Marte. Actually, they have two. They have Francis Marte, 85, 81, 83, 55. 73 HR per 9, has the four seam, the 12-6, or the 12-6 curveball, the changeup, and the sinker. And then I don't know, have we seen much of this guy lately? Is he still going with them? We'll have to check when we get on MLB The Show 20 later on. Alex Bregman, 69, 76, 68, 75, 77 vision, 78 fielding, 65 speed. Back when he was an 89 gold, so as the first base, the shortstop, in the left field, as well as the third base. So it's interesting to look back at Alex Bregman in this spot for sure. Now we're gonna head over to the Braves. They got a couple of them as well. Luis Gohara, 88, 79, 87. He has a four seam, a slider, a changeup, and a two seam. I don't really know what's been going on with this guy, man. Curious to see what that was like or what he's up to now. Ozzy Albies, he also got a card: 69, 82, 40, 53, 80 fielding, 81 speed. Has that switch hitting ability. Everybody knows Ozzy Albies now, but that is an old school Ozzy Albies. Sean Newcomb, 90, 76, 82, four seam curveball, changeup, and slider. I think he might still be on the Braves as well. We're going to head over to the Nationals because the Marlins, they did not get one for whatever reason. They did not get one. But the Nationals did get one here, and it is Eric Fed. I don't remember this guy at all, but look at that pitch set: a sinker, a slider, a splitter, a curveball, and a four seam. He definitely would have been an interesting pitcher if he had ever panned out. I'm interested to see if this guy's still anywhere, but 86, 70, 76, had the 97 velocity as well. So I'm interested to see where he ended up, but I really don't remember him at all. So if you guys got a story about him, if you're a Nationals fan or if you're just a baseball fan who's kept a good eye on this stuff, where did he end up? Because I really don't know. Ahmed Rosario, 82, 88, 51, 56 was a 91 diamond back then, 84 fielding, 88 speed. Believe he is the everyday shortstop now for the Mets. Watched him play in a couple games last year. Seems really smooth on defense, just like a really smooth player. Dominic Smith, I know this guy's still on the Mets as well. 90, 76, 69, 59, 81 fielding. I think he might be a sneaky good BR card because I think he still has a lot of his hitting stats as well. The Phillies now. The Phillies got 3 cards in MLB The Show 17 for Future Stars cards. And the first one is J.P. Crawford, 90 overall. I don't know what happened to this guy. I don't remember seeing this guy at all. They got Didi Gregorius at shortstop. What happened to this guy? 81, 67, 65, 55, 89 on the fielding, 75 on the speed. I never heard anything about this guy anymore. We got Nick Williams as well, 86 overall. Nick Williams, I believe off the top of my head, he's like a 69 overall, maybe for I want to say the Phillies still. And so he's still in the roster, but 82, 64, 75, 64, 77 fielding, 78 speed for Nick Williams. And then they got one more, Jorge Alfaro. Never really seen anything of this guy. 56, 61, 69, 76. So a power hitting catcher. 79 fielding, 85 arm strength, 50 speed. What happened to that guy too? Like I'm not sure what happened to that guy. The Cubs did get one, and you guys probably know this guy's name from the semifinals round to get Blake Snell. 66, 78, 79, 74, 49 vision. Switch hitting Ian Happ could also play second base. 72 fielding, 74 speed. He's still a part of the Cubs, right now. This one was a good one, I thought, for the Reds. They had 90 overall Luis Castillo. Had a really good season last year. One of the main parts of the Reds rotation now, 4-seam fastball, slider, changeup, and the sinker. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of season he has. I feel like he's just like on the precipice of getting to like a diamond in the game. And then they have Robert Stevenson, who I don't really remember at all. 4-seam changeup, slider, curveball. What's been going on with this guy? Let me know down in the comments section below. What was his story? We're going over to the Brewers now, and we've actually got a player that has made quite the impact since he's been in the MLB, and that is Josh Hader. 82, 83, 85. Had the 4-seam, the slider, the changeup, and the 2-seam. Definitely Hader, one of the better relief pitchers. The highest relief pitcher live series, I believe, in Diamond Dynasty too. So he really panned out. By the way, you see a lot of cards like this looking back, like this 87 overall gold Ricky Weeks is like, oh my god, I haven't thought about Ricky Weeks in so long. So very fun to go back and do this. I was also thinking about doing a top 10 cards in the history of Diamond Dynasty. Let me know if you guys would like that, or any kind of, if you guys like these kind of videos. Make sure you hit the like button so I know to make more of these. Orlando Arcia is another future star card here. I believe I think he's on like their everyday roster now as their main shortstop. We'll check in MLB when we get back on MLB The Show. 20, 75, 78, 54, 56, 79 speed, 88 fielding. So pretty well balanced card. Now we got Lewis Brinson, who I believe was sent to the Marlins in the Christian Yelich trade. 66, 73, 82 power versus right. 69 power versus left, 87 fielding, 79 speed for Lewis Brinson. Now we're going to head over to the Pirates. They got one card, or wait a minute. Let's see. We're going to head over to the Pirates. They picked up 2, actually. They got Tyler Glass now in that infamous trade from the Pirates to the Rays for Chris Archer, 4-seam, 12-6, the changeup and the sinker for Glass now. They also had Josh Bell, who's an 85 overall, 78, 63, 80, 71. Definitely this Josh Bell is panned out for Pittsburgh. Probably their best player, in my opinion, now. Let me know if Pirates fans, if that's accurate. But I definitely feel like Josh Bell is one of the better players in the MLB. And it's going to be interesting to see where he ends up. If he ever hits diamond, switch hitting first baseman. We're gonna go to the Cardinals now. They ended up getting 2. One of these cards you guys should be very familiar with. It's the Future Stars Alex Reyes. You get him actually from the XP Reward Path in MLB The Show 20. four seam, 12-6, changeup, sinker, and slider. So a good pitch set. He was very good in this game. 99 velo, 93 break, 82, 89. Solid pitcher to have for Alex Reyes. They also had Carson Kelly, who got traded to the Diamondbacks. I forgot who the Cardinals got back. It might have even been in the Goldschmidt trade. 62, 74, 50, 62, 81 fielding. I think he's like a silver now for the D-backs and is their catcher for them. And now we're going to take a look at the Diamondbacks. They did not get one. The D-backs did not get one. So it's kind of strange. Some teams got a lot. Some teams didn't get like one at all. So that's kind of an interesting thing to see. Very interesting here. The Rockies have two players. They have Jeff Hoffman, 85 overall, four seam, 12-6, slider, changeup, 87, 76, 78, 88 break. And then they also had Herman Marquez, Herman Marquez, four seam, curveball, changeup, sinker, and a slider, 84, 71, 74. So he got one as well. And then we're over to the Dodgers. Very interesting which ones they got. So they got Julio Urias, who I remember was kind of like really all the wave. He's got the four seam, the changeup, the curveball, the slider, and the sinker. I believe he's a silver card. Might even be a relief pitcher with the Dodgers now. I'm not sure if they're going to put him back in their starting rotation. And then the other one that we got was Walker Buehler. Has really lived up to the hype. Four seam, curveball, slider, changeup, and the cutter. Definitely, he's already hit diamond in MLB The Show 20. Had a really, really good season last year. So this projection was completely on point there. And there's also one more. They have Alex Verdugo. 88, 77, 64, 58, 86, 77 fielding, 62 speed. Was good for the Dodgers last year and was one of the main pieces in the trade to get Mookie Betts on the team now. So it's pretty crazy to see Verdugo picking up a Future Stars card back in the day. Now the Padres, or at least one of these guys, very famous for being in a recent trade. We got Manuel Margot, 70, 80, 57, 64, 87 speed, 85 fielding. And we also got Hunter Renfroe, sent over to the Rays this year, 65, 86, 78, 95. Always has had that power versus left, even back to this card. 72 fielding and 57 speed for Hunter Renfroe. And then we got to the Giants. They got one card, and I do not remember this guy at all, to be honest. Christian Arroyo, third baseman, 83, 79, 61, 57, 81 vision, 78 fielding, 61 speed. I don't remember this guy at all. If you guys remember him, let me know. I do not remember this guy at all. Second baseman, and he also had a shortstop as secondaries. All right, so that's all the guys on MLB The Show 17. Now we're going to hop over to MLB The Show 18. All right, now we're over on MLB The Show 18, so we're going to go through these cards, the Future Stars cards. I'm pretty sure every team at least got one in MLB The Show 18. For the Orioles, we got Austin Hayes. Let me show you guys something for MLB 18. Basically what happens is when I hit triangle, it takes forever and a day to load up these stats. I don't know what it is. I just noticed this when I was taking my notes for this video, that it just takes forever. Like, it literally takes forever. Look how long it's still taking for these stats to load up. I don't know if like anyone's looked at these stats in a really long time or what the deal is, but just keep your eyes on the bottom right hand part of the screen. It's just, that's going to be way easier to look at their stats than hitting triangle for all of these cards, because there's a ton of them. So just make sure you look over there for those. Austin Hayes, I believe he's still on their roster. I think he's a bronze right now, if I had to guess off the top of my head, for the Orioles. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the Red Sox. And I don't remember this guy at all. Red Sox fans, who is Sam Travis? 79, 87, 53, 70. Is he still on their roster? Like, is he like a lower tier card on their roster? I'm not sure. We're going to look at the Yankees now. Gleyber Torres, 87 overall. Gleyber Torres, fan favorite. You guys saw him in the thumbnail as well. That was a good projection. 86, 76, 73, 75. So they gave him a little bit more contact than power. They gave him 80 fielding back then too, so he had the gold fielding. And also, I should note, this is where we do go up to 125 for stats as well. So this is kind of like where that changed. There's also another one they have, Jonathan Loizaga. I don't know who this guy is. I don't even remember this guy at all. Yankees fans, let me know if you guys have a story or remember what ended up happening with this guy. I'm almost positive this guy isn't in the game anymore, and I just don't remember him at all. For the Rays, we got Willie Adams. He has he's the everyday shortstop now for the Rays. 74, 92, 62, 64, 61 vision, 82 fielding. I believe he's a silver now, so not a bad projection. An 85 overall. Became their everyday shortstop, so I don't think that's like a bad projection whatsoever. And then let's see, we're gonna move to the Blue Jays, and I do not remember this guy at all, but I think he might be still on their team. Ryan Barecki. Let me know if you guys remember this guy. I really don't, to be completely honest with you. I don't remember this guy. But yeah, Ryan Barecki is the 81 overall. We'll hit triangle for him and hope that it goes fast, but I'm telling you, man, like, it takes so long. I'm just curious to see what his pitch set was like, and just takes so long for this to load. I don't know. I probably not a lot of people are on MLB 18 anymore, but he had the four seam to change up the slider. So that was Ryan Barecki. Now we're going to take a look at the White Sox. They had Michael Kopech. He had 88 H per 9, 92 K per 9, has 97 velo, 70 control. What's interesting is he was a prospect card this year. So even back in MLB The Show 18, he was a future star, and then he was a prospect card this year. Maybe this will be the year where he really steps up. Seems like he's ready to roll. Indians. They had Francisco Mejia, who got sent to the Padres for Franmil Reyes, I believe. So back then it was like a switch hitting catcher. I believe he's kind of like dropped a little bit from this projection. I don't think he's like nearly as high up. People don't have him nearly as high up as they did back then. And then this surprised me. Completely forgot about it. Shane Bieber, All-Star Game MVP last year. Shane Bieber. And it's funny, he actually is an 83 gold with the Indians now, so it's kind of funny to think about him being a gold, exactly the projection that he was back then in MLB The Show 18. We're going to take a look at the Tigers now. The Tigers got a guy that I do not remember at all, Dewell Lugo. I don't recall this card at all. I don't think this card is in MLB The Show 20. Let me know if it is. I don't remember this guy at all. So that's an interesting one. The Royals, they had Brett Phillips. They picked him up in the Lorenzo Cain trade with the Milwaukee Brewers. 82 overall, 75, 61, 74, 60 on the power. So 81 speed, 92 arm, 83 fielding. That's who the Royals got for MLB The Show 18. We're going to take a look at the Twins. They got a couple of them, and I don't really know either of these guys too well. Steven Gonzalez, I'm not sure where he is now, and I'm not sure where Fernando Romero is either. So do you guys remember or know what happened to either of those guys? Are they still in the Twins? It's going to be interesting when we go over and look at MLB The Show 20 here in a bit. We got the Angels now. Shohei Ohtani. We are going to hit triangle on this card as well. This is one of the best future stars cards of all time. Also at 91 overall. Reminds me a lot of the face of the franchise card that we have in the Team Affinity Stage 3. You guys can see how long it takes that to load. But he had the splitter, the 4-seam, the slider, the curveball, the 2-seam. Had the 92-90 H1 K9 as well. Remember, this game does go up to 125 also. And then he had the 90-94 with the contact versus right and the power versus right. 57-65, 50 or 44 vision, and still 69 speed. One of the best future stars cards of all time. If there's one guy we want to get a show's finest card on this year, it's probably Shohei Ohtani, because he would be so dynamic. They also had another guy, which I do not remember at all, Jamie Barria. I have no idea who this guy is. I don't remember him ever playing for the Angels, especially recently. So he might have got up for a bit, but I don't think he stuck around for very long. I'm not sure where he is now. The Athletics, we got Dustin Fowler. Don't remember this guy really at all. 82, 77, 59, 72, 69 vision, 77 fielding, 84 speed. What happened to this guy? Is he on their team still? Is he on the roster? It's going to be one of those things that we got to check out. For the Mariners, we got an 80 overall Max Povs. I don't remember this guy at all. I don't even remember. It's even kind of crazy to look back and remember, like, I don't even remember having this card at all. So he was an 80 overall for them. And then the Rangers, they've got one as well. And they've got an 82 overall Ronald Guzman. I believe he is still on the Rangers because I remember his card from Showdown very recently. 88, 69, 69, 67 power, 68 vision, 83 fielding. I believe he is still on their team. We're going to take a look at the Astros here. They have Kyle Tucker, 86 overall, 85, 91, 68, 88 power versus left, 67 vision. Has Kyle Tucker done anything with the Astros the last couple years? I do not know. To be honest with you, I seem to remember. I remember like Tyler White a lot more than Kyle Tucker for some reason. So I'm interested to see like what's been going on with Kyle Tucker. The Braves, look at this one, man. This Acuna, we got to hit triangle so we can see his card in all of its glory, because apparently I didn't have this card back in the day. 82, 78, 87 power versus right, 82 power versus left, 66 vision, 81 fielding, 82 arm. I can almost read all of his stats before it loads up, but look at the beauty of that card. They definitely were on point with this one. I don't know how you could have missed this one also, because Acuna was so good, and is to this day. Already hit Diamond and MLB The Show as well. Very, very solid card. Heads a home run derby card. Look at that 90 speed, power from both sides, 66 vision. So very, very cool card to look back. I forgot about him having a Future Stars card as well. Seems like the Braves always get a couple of these as well. They got Colby Allard also. 74, 75, 78, 88. I'm not sure what's going on with this guy at this point in time. Mike Soroka is in their rotation now, though. I do know that. 70, 67, 80, 85 clutch, 94 stamina, 77 or 79 velocity, 78 control, 82 break. So Soroka actually is in the rotation at this point in time. Now we're going to head over to the Marlins. I'm not sure what happened to this guy. Is he still in their team? Sandy Alcantara. Sandy Alcantara. I'm sorry, guys. I pronounce these names all wrong, and listen to me. I apologize for that. Sandy Alcantara. I believe he's a starting pitcher. 76, 82, 63, 71, 87, 94 velo, 72 control, 87 break. What's the story with this guy, man? Is he still on their team? I'm interested to go find that out. For the Nationals, you guys should be familiar with this one. Victor Robles, he is actually a part of that pack in the XP reward path. 87 overall, tons of speed, 97 speed, 84 contact versus right, 90 contact versus left, 41, 57. Obviously still with the Nationals now, but he's never quite reached this potential, I would say, at least in how they rate cards in the game. He's never come close to like an 87 overall diamond. They have one more too before I get off this page. They have Andrew Stevenson. I don't remember this guy at all, to be honest with you. 70, 83, 46, 34, 76 vision. I don't remember this guy at all. So if you guys remember this guy, let me know down in the comment section below. We got for the Mets, they got one. They got Thomas Nido, catcher, 62, 84, 58, 54, 82 vision, 80 fielding, 78 arm, 70 reaction. Where is this guy now? Is he on their team? Curious to know where that is. I really remember this Scott Kingery card from this game for some reason. I think it's because he can play like a bunch of positions. He can play like all over the field. 80, 88 for the contact, 54, 65, 75, 74, 75. I think maybe I remember him from grinding Future Star stats in this game. And I just remember that I could like put him in like any position. So I do remember this card from this game. This card I do not remember at all. Inyel De Los Santos, the starting pitcher. I do not have any recollection of this guy at all. 74, 68, 66, 69, 90 stamina, 71 velo, 77 control, 86 break. Don't remember this guy whatsoever. The Cubs, they do have Victor Caratini. Where is this guy, man? Is this guy still in the Cubs? I'm curious to know that. I know that they have a different gold prospect card off the top of my head in the team affinity now, so I'm not sure what happened to this guy. They got what, like Contreras before him, so whatever happened to this guy? Is he on a different team now that they trade him? I don't know. I'm interested to look him up because I feel like he's still in the MLB someplace. The Reds, they had Jesse Winker. Has a lot more power versus right now. 97, 85, 62, 48, 90 vision. Believe he is still with the Reds. The Brewers, they had Brandon Woodruff. And where is Brandon Woodruff? I'm not sure what team he is on now. 71, 75, 69, 68, 93 stamina, 78 velocity, 73 control, 85 break. He might still be with the Brewers, or is he with like the Dodgers? I'm not sure. We're going to take a look at the Pirates now, and I actually know this guy is still on the Pirates. Colin Moran. I remember using him the other day in Showdown, so I'm pretty sure he's still on the Pirates as well. 91, 71, 69, 59, 74 vision, 77 fielding, 77 arm. I don't think he's really ever got up to a gold, but I think he's probably like a bronze, so maybe he's like still trying to get up to that part. Trying to like reach his potential for his career. We're going to take a look now at the Cardinals, and this one surprised me. This is another Showdown god for me. I like Tyler O'Neill, always seems to come up clutch for me in Showdown. 98 power, 92 power versus 98 power versus right, and 92 power versus left. Really surprised me though when I saw this Future Stars card today. I was not expecting that out of him at all, because that's not what his card is like. His card has like 94 something speed. I don't remember what his fielding is like, but I know he doesn't have nearly that much power. I think he's going to be an integral part of the Cardinals this year, maybe like their second hitter or something like that. I definitely know he's going to be a part of their team this year. Now, this guy has a crazy name, Socrates Brito. Socrates, man, that's an awesome name. 77, 68, 65, 41 power, 62 vision. What happened to Socrates, man? I haven't seen anything from this guy lately. It's like with a name like Socrates, you'd think like that's kind of hard to forget. For this one, we got Garrett Hampson. He got one. I believe he is their starting second baseman, at least when I go up against their team in Showdown or grinding missions or just doing whatever. I know that he's like their second baseman when I play against him now. 90, 72, 46, 45, 80 vision, 91 speed. The computer like always bunts with this card. That's another thing I noticed. And wow, dude, look at Charlie Blackmon. Look at Charlie Blackmon, man. That's pretty crazy to see. I think this card used to be like a BR God, this Rex Brothers card. But that is strange seeing Charlie Blackmon look like that. So the Rockies, they have Garrett Hampson. I did not remember this guy at all for the Dodgers. Dennis Santana, I don't remember him at all. I've never heard anything about him since either. So if you guys are Dodgers fans out there, you remember Dennis Santana, let me know about that. I do not remember this guy at all. We're going to take a look now at, let's see, the Padres. And I believe this guy is in the rotation now. Joey Lucchesi, 77, 85, 75, 82. I don't know if he's a bronze or a silver, but I think he's somewhere in that range. 66 velo, 78 control, 90 break. So I'm kind of curious to see like where he is. And then we got our last card for the Giants. I think pretty much every team got one this year. And it's Andrew Suarez. Don't remember him at all. I'm curious to see if he's going to still be in the game. So we got Andrew Suarez. All right, we're going to head over to MLB 19. MLB 19 doesn't have nearly as many Future Stars cards at all. It only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's only 8 more that we got to go through on MLB The Show 19. And then we'll head over to MLB The Show 20 and look up some of these guys and see if they're even still in the game. So let's head over to MLB The Show 19 and then we'll take a look at these remaining Future Stars cards. Okay, so now we're over on MLB The Show 19. Like I said, there's not many cards for this one. So I really don't remember that being the case. I was going through this expecting every team to have them, but there was really not many Future Stars in this game at all. And even crazier, 2 of them are on the same team. We had a Vlad Guerrero. He dropped pretty early in the year. 98, 109 contact, 101, 96, 95 vision. He got a lot of cards last year as well. It seemed like, he got his home run derby card. He was a very prevalent card in last year's game. Bo Bichette as well got a card. 91, 97, 70, 83, 75 vision, 82 arm strength, 72 speed. So 2 of the Future Stars cards that we have were both on the same team. Both of them obviously going to play huge roles for their team with the Rays now. And then we're going to take a look at the White Sox. They got one. This card was released early on in the year. Eloy Jimenez is going to play a big role for the White Sox as well. 88, 104, 87, 98 on the contact and power. And we can hit triangle on these guys again, by the way. I don't know what's up with MLB 18. It just takes forever to load up those screens. And then you go over to this game and it loads up instantly. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. We got to head all the way over to the National League. I'm not kidding you when I say there's not many cards in this one that have Future Stars cards. We got Austin Riley, 79, 68, 92, 95, 63 vision, 76 fielding, 89 arm strength. Is he gonna be our starting third baseman this year? Let me know, Braves fans. I haven't heard a lot of buzz about him since really this card dropped. To be honest, too much. I'm just curious where he's gonna end up. I'm ready to go look up his card. When we go look at the Braves. The next card we got was Nick Senzel. This is actually Paul Spore's missions card. I remember that. 96, 91, 72, 66, 73 vision, 82 fielding, 77 speed. Can play all over the diamond, except for catcher and first base. So kind of a Ben Zobrist type of guy, I guess, except for no switch hitting, but has the ability to play all over the place. Kind of interested to see if he's going to take the next step this year. The next card we have is for the Brewers. It's Keston Hiura. I believe he's still got a lot of power versus right in the game now, but I don't think he's anywhere close to 88 overall. 87, 95, 71, 79, 78 vision, 78 fielding, and 59 speed. Then we have one for the Rockies, and it's kind of interesting to me that is this guy on their roster now? Brendan Rodgers. I know he's got a Future Stars card. I don't know if he's still in their minor league system. 90, 84, 87, 63 power versus left, 73 vision, 80 fielding, 82 arm strength, 67 speed. I know he's still with the Rockies, but I'm just curious as to where, what the timeline is for him. They already had that Garrett Hampton guy. They have Trevor Story. They have Nolan Arenado. Maybe he moves up if they ever trade Nolan Arenado, because I know Nolan Arenado was getting kind of pissed in the Rockies organization. And the last one we have in this game is Fernando Tatis Jr., 84, 75, 76, 79, 57 vision, 84 fielding, 87 arm strength, 85 speed. So Fernando Tatis Jr. also got one. So that's all the Future Stars that we got in MLB The Show 19. It was not a lot at all. So let's go ahead and hop on MLB The Show 20, look up some of these guys, and see where they are at now. Okay, so we are back on MLB The Show 20. We're going to take a look at all of these guys and see if they are on any of these teams that they were in the past. So first of all, we have from MLB 17, we have Chance Sisco. I believe he is still in their team. I just remember either flipping his card or looking at his card this year, or just playing against them. There he is right there. So he was an 85 overall card in MLB 17. He's a 58 overall card in this year's game. The other card that the Orioles had was Austin Hayes. I believe I just saw him. He's a 71 overall. Let's see, Austin Hayes right there, 71 overall. In MLB The Show 18, they had him as an 83 overall gold. So he's only at a 71 overall. Now we're going to take a look at the Red Sox. Red Sox from 17. They had, first of all, Andrew Benintendi, 95 overall. He's at a 77 overall silver. I believe he's hit up to a gold before. Maybe last year in 19 he was up to a gold. We also have Rafael Devers as well. He's up to an 81 overall gold. He's got the face of the franchise card, I believe, for the Red Sox as well. And back then they had him as a 90 overall, so he still, I guess, seemingly got some potential. We'll also knock out Alex Verdugo, 88 overall for the Dodgers. Now he's right here as a 78 overall. He was an 88 overall in MLB 17 as a future star card. Now he is a 78 overall silver for the Dodgers going into this year. Is that Brandon Workman too? How many players do they have from this? Is that an MLB 18 one? Is it Workman? I'm looking back. No, it was Brandon Woodruff. Excuse me. So Brandon Woodruff was on that team, not Brandon Workman. I always get those guys confused because their names are so close to one another. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got on the Red Sox. We're gonna take a look at the Yankees now, and they have Clint Frazier, and Clint Frazier is right here. He's a 66 overall. Back then he was an 87 overall gold in MLB The Show 17. They also had, do they have anybody else, the Yankees? They have more than one? No, they just had Clint Frazier in 17. And then they had Gleyber Torres, and Gleyber is pretty much an ascending star in baseball right now. 82 overall gold. Definitely feels like he could probably like hop up and get a higher overall by the, it just seems like he's eventually going to be a diamond. He's that good of a player. We'll have to see. I don't know if that's going to be this year, but it just seems like he's on that trajectory. I feel like that projection was a good one. The other guy that they had was it was from 18. It was that Jonathan Loizaga guy. There he is. 63 overall. So they still got him on the roster. I don't know. I just never really hear anything about this guy. So he's still on the roster. That's crazy. He's actually still on the roster. Let's take a look at the Rays now. We got that Jose De Leon guy. I just don't. It just seems like a name that like I feel like I would remember, but I do not see him anywhere, man. Let's see. Is he like one of the lower tier cards? Let's go search for him in the market. I don't remember him at all, man. Let's see. Is he on a different team? Is he a free agent? I think that's probably. There he is. He's on the Reds. He's still available. Jose De Leon. He's on the Reds. That's great. All right, MLB cards. Let's just go. Maybe this will be faster to do it like this, so then we can like search for cards if we need them. The Rays, obviously, Blake Snell has turned into a big time star. That was their other one from MLB The Show 17. 82 overall, has several cards in the game too. He's got like that. He won that tournament, so he's got one of those. He's got a face of the franchise card, so he's really turned into a star player for them. Let's see, in MLB 18, the Rays had Willie Adams. He's a silver shortstop for them now, just their everyday shortstop. So he's. Did he hit an 85 overall diamond? No, but he hasn't been. He did make the club, and like I feel like he is like a guy that's like on their squad type of deal now. So I don't feel like that was too bad of a projection. Not that I'm grading their projections either. I'm just like we're just for comparison's sake. Now we got we're gonna head over to the Blue Jays. They had Anthony Alford. I don't know if he is still on their team. I'm gonna go ahead and just search him, to be honest with you. See if we can find his name from that, because I don't know if he's on their team. Maybe he is. Anthony Alford. He's still there. So, he's a 61 overall, so he's not quite lived up to the 87 overall from MLB 17. Oh, I forgot one guy for the Red Sox. We gotta search as well. We gotta look up Sam Travis. Let's see if we can find Sam Travis. Sam Travis, like I was going to say, I don't remember this guy at all. Sam Travis isn't even in the game. He's not a free agent. He's not anywhere. I don't know what happened to Sam Travis. He's just not there. The other guy from MLB 18 is Ryan Barecki. So we gotta look up Ryan, see if he's in the game. Ryan Barecki, he is still with the Blue Jays. So he was an 81 overall back then. He's a 71 now. So he's still with their team. We're gonna take a look now at these are two obvious ones. Actually, yeah, these are two very obvious ones. So we're just gonna head to the White Sox. No, we're gonna just head to the White Sox on this one, and they got two obvious ones. They got Moncada. They had him Moncada as a 96 overall, so he's not quite there, but he is an ascending star in baseball. Everybody knows he's a beast. Giolito the same way, four seam, circle, slider, and a 12-6. He's got a boosted card from the MLB The Show tournament, but then Moncada has the face of the franchise card. So he's a switch hitting third baseman, plays second base. He's ascending. I really think the White Sox. I mean, it's not just me, but the White Sox are going to be very, very good. This is going to be a good team that's going to win the Central multiple times. So you can just tell, like, looking at who they've got on their team. Reynaldo Lopez, I feel like he's still in the MLB. I'm not sure what team he's on. I think, see if he's still on the White Sox. Yeah, I think he's on a different team than the White Sox. We got just easier to back out. Let's search like Lopez. I feel like he's still in this game. He is. And he's still on the White Sox too. I'm not sure why he didn't show up in that search. But yeah, he's still on the White Sox, 70 overall. They had him as a, they had him as an 86 in MLB The Show 17. So he hasn't quite got up to there. And then we have Michael Kopech. Let's see, team. He's still on the White Sox, but he has that prospect card where he's up in an 87. So they had him as an 87 back then in MLB 18. They had him as an 87 now. Let's see what his card is like. He's a 69, so he still has some room to grow for his card. I'd like to see him get up to like a silver or a gold. It's like they've had him as a diamond for a while. Feels like he's gonna get there, but it's just he hasn't quite got there yet. So now we're gonna go and look at look at the list, and it is we're gonna go to the Indians now. The team is the Indians, and it is Bradley Zimmer. And like I was saying, he just never has really seemed to stay healthy. He's a 72 overall. Bradley Zimmer, 86 for the Indians back then, 72 overall now. The other card that the Indians had from, they had actually two other ones. One of them, before we navigate away from this page, Shane Bieber was an 83, and he is an 83. Again, the All-Star MVP from last year. And then the other one was Mejia, and I believe he is with the Padres now. 85 overall diamond. And he's a 71. Not sure when who's the starting catcher for, like, Austin Hedges, I believe is their catcher. Maybe at some point he's gonna take that job from Austin Hedges. I don't know what the deal is with him. I feel like the Indians weren't too afraid to trade him for Franmil Reyes. And when you think like a switch-hitting catcher that they had at 85 overall in the MLB The Show 18, like what happened? So I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, what happened with that. So the next card that we got to take a look at here is for the Royals. It should be for the Tigers, actually, because the Tigers, they didn't have one in 17, but they did have one in 18. Let's go ahead and just search this guy, because I don't think this guy's even in the game. Let's see, the 18 list, DeWalt Lugo. Let's just type in Lugo and see if I guess he's still on their team. He's still on the Tigers, 65 overall. So they had him as a 81 overall in MLB 18. He's a 65. He's still with the Tigers, so he's still holding on to the dream, man. We're gonna take a look at the Royals two cards now. They're pretty easy. Both of the cards are in. They're both on their main 40-man roster. One is Raul Mondesi, Alberto Mondesi now. He was what? This is also a really big year for Mondesi. Like he's really got to step up this year. Hopefully he can stay healthy and he hasn't had too bad of a year, but it's like it's really time to step up. You look at some of his advanced metrics. I know he's like huge in the MLB The Show community, but he's really got to step up this year. As a Royals fan, like just looking at it unbiasedly, like he's really got to step up and play well this year. It was an 88 overall back in MLB The Show 17. He is at a 78 overall now. Really, really hope he gets to stay healthy and display his skills for everybody. That would be fantastic. The other one was Brett Phillips. Brett Phillips was an 82 overall. He's a 68 overall. Great guy. Still like kind of getting his feet wet up on the MLB level. Has played here and there. It's gonna be interesting to see what he can do this year as well as he takes the next steps as a player. We're gonna go ahead and look at the Twins now, see where they're at. The Twins, first of all, we got Barrios. You know, they had Barrios at or Barrios. I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize, guys. 92 overall for the Twins back then. He's at an 80 overall. I feel like he's a very solid player that they have, though. I think he's going to be a good one for them. They also have Byron Buxton. Byron Buxton, I believe, has the face of the franchise card. He's been up at the gold level before. He's at a 79 silver right now, though. 97 speed, 94, 92. Hasn't quite hit the 90 overall tier diamond yet or anything like that, but he hasn't been bad either. He's been a good center fielder for the Minnesota Twins. So I feel like he was definitely like a good projection back then. Now we have Steven Gonzalez and Fernando Romero. And I don't know. Let's search. Let's go back in. Stephen Gonzalez, spelled like this. Stephen. Is he in the game? He is actually on the Mets now as a 57 overall. So he is barely hanging on, but he's still hanging on. That's what's important. 82 overall in MLB 18, but he is a 57 overall for the Mets. There's this Robin Stevenson guy, so I don't know. We can knock him off the list as well. He was one of the Reds, so we'll get to the Reds here in a bit. But yeah, so he's still in the game for the Reds. Might as well just knock him out while we're here. So he was one of the Reds. But let's get back on track here. We have one more for the Twins to look up, Fernando Romero. So we're gonna go ahead and search by name. Let's go with Romero. Fernando Romero is still with the Twins. He's a 65 overall. So he's an 81 projected back then, but he is a 65 overall. What kind of pitches does he have? 2-seam, a 4-seam, a slider, and a changeup. Still hanging on with the Twins. Now we're going to take a look at who we got up next here. We got the Angels did not have one in MLB 17. The Angels have two that they had in MLB 18 though. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. Team Angels, and obviously they had one who was Shohei Ohtani. I mean, that was a slam dunk one then. Still a gold now, face of the franchise. I think we all expect Shohei Ohtani to keep ascending as one of the best players in baseball. I honestly think he's really, I honestly think we all think he's very, very good. This other guy though, Jamie Beretta, I believe this is how it's spelled with the I like that. Oh, he's still on their team, dude. He's a 71 overall. He's not, like, that's not that bad of an overall for a guy that was an 81 in MLB 18 as a future star. It's really not that bad. So he's still on their team as well. I don't remember this guy for some reason, but he is definitely still on their team. I need to play fantasy baseball or something, so I know. I feel like I know a lot of the cards in the MLB, but there are some guys that are like the lower tier, like the 70 through 60 range that I just they're in my brain for 1 second and then they're out. We're gonna take a look now at the Athletics, and let's see, filter team Athletics, and the Athletics, they had Franklin Berry. I feel like Seabread told me this guy could be their upcoming second baseman. Maybe I'm there. He is 61 overall. I remember this card. I remember that card art for some reason. Franklin Barrietto, 61 overall. They had him as an 85 back in MLB 17. Has not quite gotten to that point. Let's see where Dustin Fowler is, because I don't remember Dustin Fowler at all. I think we're gonna have to do like a search on Dustin Fowler, because I do not remember him at all. Fowler search. They only got Dexter Fowler, so Dustin Fowler is not even in the game anymore. So I don't know what happened with that guy. I don't know what ended up going on with him, but he was from nothing. I don't see anything on him, and he was an 83 overall future star in MLB 18. He's just not there anymore. I don't know. I don't know what happened to him, man. Let's see. The Mariners did not have a face of the franchise in 17, and they did have one in 18 though, and it was, let's see. I look over at my list. It was Max Povis. I'm gonna go ahead and search for this guy because I don't know where he is. Yeah, he's not in the game anymore either. He is not in the game, so that guy just, I guess he just never panned out to be in the game. The next one we have is the Rangers. They've got actually all three of these guys are in the major leagues. So, from MLB 17, I know the first one is on the White Sox now, and it's Nomar Mazara. Had Nomar Mazara at, let's see, they had Nomar Mazara at a 90 overall. He's a 74 overall. I guess Texas just moved on from him. I feel like he still is a pretty decent player to have. He's got that funky swing, but he's got a lot of pop. So he is now on the White Sox. And the other two guys are both on their team from MLB The Show 17. We go to the Rangers here. And we got Joey Gallo, obviously like huge in the MLB The Show community, that became the face of their franchise. Has the face of the franchise card, but like that's who you think about when you think about the Rangers. 102, 104. Massive power, play all over the diamond still. Has a little bit better fielding now as well. And then they have Willie Calhoun, showdown and BR type of god, 75, 72 power. Still really good hitter. The fielding, the speed, it's not there to say the least. But he at least still has some hitter. Maybe at some point he'll transition to like a DH role for the Rangers, excuse me. And then we got Ronald Guzman, who I believe is on their team as well. I think I want to say he's like a 70. I know he's still there. There he is, Ronald Guzman right there, 58, 39, 64, 57, plays first base for them. So he's still a part of their club for the Rangers. So the Rangers really, all of their, whatever was with their system, like all these guys are still in the pros. Guzman, Mazara, Gallo, and Willie Calhoun, they're all still in the major leagues. So let's go ahead and take a look at our next team here, and it's going to be the Astros from 17, Francis Martes. Let me back out and go back in. I'm not sure if he is still on their team. Francis Martes. Nothing came up for that. Let me try Martes. Maybe I didn't spell Francis right. I'm pretty sure that I did, but we'll try Martes. It feels like this guy's still in the game, though. I guess he's just not even there. Not even in the game. That's interesting. I did not expect that. Let's make sure, because we still got one other guy that was on the Astros too. Francis Martes. Sometimes I miss these guys reading them when I'm recording a video. Oh, there's Kyle Tucker. Was he another one they had? I feel like he was. Let's see. Yeah. So Kyle Tucker from MLB 18, he's still there. He's a 72 overall, 61, 53, 57, 49. Francis Martes, I just don't even think is in the league anymore. Not even a free agent, nothing. Not even in the game. That one was kind of a misfire. Obviously, the other one is Alex Bregman, and he's definitely 100% lived the potential. 70, 100, 71, 84, 82, been in the MVP discussion, has a World Series. I know all the banging on the trash can stuff, but they did get this projection. They did get this projection right. Like he was definitely. What do they even have? They have him as an 87. They had him as an 89. Now he's an 87, but he had a show's finest card last year that was insane. So like that definitely was a good one. So they missed on Martez, but they really hit on Alex Bregman. Let's see. We're gonna take a look now. I think we're moving on to the Braves. The Braves, they have first and foremost, let's get a couple of the obvious ones out of the way. Acuna, really, I know from 18, they had him at a 91 overall. He is at an 89 overall. Huge impact, huge star in the game right now. Type of guy you wouldn't have like his rookie card for. He's like, look at all these Braves legends too, man. This has been a good year to be a Braves fan for MLB The Show. Ozzie Albies too, 83 overall. He's got a face of the franchise card. Really well known, fun player that I feel like a lot of people like as well, including myself. And so he really panned out from believe MLB The Show 17. They had him as an 87. Now is Sean Newcomb still on their team or is he on a different team? I feel like he might be on a different. Now he's still on the Braves, 65 overall. So they still have him on their roster. Let's see who else that we had. They seem to have a couple of them. They had 3 both years. The other one is Colby Allard. I'm gonna search like Colby, because I don't remember him being in the game. Colby Allard. He's on the Rangers now, so that was a good search by me. So he's still in the league. He's on the Rangers now. And then Mike Soroka. I know Mike Soroka is still obviously on the Braves. So he's a part of their rotation. I believe he has like a sinker too. He's got the sinker and the cutter. He's got a nice pitch mix. If he ever like really stepped his game up and became like a beast, he's got like a great pitch mix. So we'll have to see how that goes for him down the line. Make sure we didn't miss anybody. Braves. And also up here on the Braves, Luis Gohara. That is a guy that I just don't. And he was a high regarded card. I think we got to make sure. Let's see. Gohara. I don't think he's in the game anymore. I'm almost positive he's not. They had Luis Gohara at 89 overall, which was higher than Ozzie Albies, higher than Sean Newcomb. It wasn't higher than Ronald Acuna, but it was higher than Colby Allard and higher than Mike Soroka. So I'm not sure what happened to Gohara. Let me search Gohara just to make sure, that we didn't miss him somehow. I don't know what happened to that guy. Let me know down in the comments below what happened to that guy, but he's not there anymore. We're gonna go ahead and search Eric. Remember this guy from the Nationals from the earlier in the video? It's like Eric Fed or something like that. Fetty. He's still there. He's still on the Nationals, man. 36 overall or 63 overall, but he has a sinker, a curveball, a cutter, the 4-seam, and the splitter. He's still there. He is the 34 overall H/9, but he's still there on their squad. So that's kind of interesting to see. Let's see who else do we got here for the Nationals. We got Victor Robles, 87 overall, and Andrew Stevenson. So Victor Robles, I believe, is their starting center fielder. It's like they got him and they got Michael Taylor. Let's see, Victor Robles though. Actually, dude, he's up at a 79, so that's not that bad. 87, 97, 84 speed. I kind of always remember him as a bronze, so to see him up at this high of an overall is definitely interesting. So he's definitely he's not up to an 87 diamond, but he hasn't been, too bad. He's in a silver. He's playing with the squad, so that's not too bad, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at the other card here is Andrew Stevenson. And did we already talk about him? No, it was like a different Stevenson. We might have. Is he on the Phillies now? Andrew Stevenson. Nope. He's still in the Nationals, 57 overall. He's not definitely not lived up to, what do they have him at? Let's see, Stevenson. They had him as an 80 overall gold, so he's only a 57 right now. He's never really got up to that 80 overall gold status. for the Nationals. Now we're going to take a look at the Mets. Both of these guys from MLB 17. I know they're both on the Mets roster now. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Mets. And we're going to see that they got, let's see, where's Rosario? He's a 77 overall. They had him as a 91 overall. So he definitely hasn't transcended into that yet. But I feel like he's still like a solid player for them. I feel like his fielding was way higher, too. They had his fielding projected way higher. I could have been wrong about that. Maybe if I go back in the video, like, I really feel like he was way higher. And then here's Dominic Smith, still 56, 76. That's kind of what I remember about him in this game. Like, he's got, a good showdown player, good, like, BR bench bat with that 50, 76 versus right. Doesn't really have the fielding or the arm or the speed or anything, but probably can hit some home runs versus right-handed pitching. And then, so both of those guys are still on the Mets. And then let's see who the Mets had for their other one. It's Thomas Nido. I feel like he's still on their roster too. At least I feel like he's still in the game. Yeah, he's still on their roster. He's a 63 overall, so he hasn't quite panned out to be like an 81 overall, but he's still like on the squad. We're gonna take a look at the Phillies now. Hopefully my voice holds up because I've been talking for over an hour straight now. We got JP Crawford. I don't remember. I know for a fact he's not on the team. I know Nick Williams. Dude, this guy is on the team. Okay, that's interesting. This guy is on the team, by the way. So we'll hop around a little bit. Now, this guy was in MLB 18. They had him as an 80 overall. He's a 60 overall, but he is still on the team. Eniel De Los Santos. And then also we have from MLB The Show 18, I believe Scott Kingery is still on the team. There he is. He's a 73 overall. Those are their two guys from MLB 18. Now they got a couple guys from MLB 19. I believe Nick Williams. There's Nick Williams at 69 overall. He was an 86 rated. And then the other two guys I'm going to search for because I don't know if they're still. I feel like maybe one of these guys is. I think this guy might be on the Twins. Alfaro. No, he's on the. Oh, okay. This guy's not too bad either. He's on the Marlins. 70, 67, 59, 57. I remember looking at this card and thinking, what other card did this guy get, by the way? It just feels like he had like another card throughout time or something. But a pretty balanced catcher as far as the hitting goes. I mean, 70, 67, 59, 57. At a 73, has a 91 arm, 76 speed. Definitely seems like he has some potential. They did have him on the Phillies at an 86 overall. Now, JP Crawford is the guy. Let's go ahead and search Crawford. I just don't know what happened to this guy. 90 overall Diamond. What team is he on now? He's on the Seattle Mariners now. Has 66 overall, so he's still in the league. 60, 32, 48, 36, 53 vision. Just never, I mean, he's not anywhere close to 90 Diamond. He's still trying to hang on to his career. Mariners fans, what's the story going on with this guy right now? I don't know. I haven't heard too much about him lately. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the Cubs. And we know about this guy here for the Cubs, and that is Ian Happ. I believe he's like a 73 overall. There you go. He's a 73 overall. Was projected. Let's see. Where are you, Ian Happ? Was projected at an 87 overall. I mean, he does have this card, but this is more for playing well in the MLB The Show like players tournament. He's at the 73, still has a lot of power versus right. Still getting things going. Trying to get up to the 87 overall that he was projected back in MLB The Show 17. Let me double check. That's correct. And then the other guys is Victor Caratini. I was really curious to see if this guy was still with their team. I just saw him. So when I switched, no. I know, there he is. So they still have him as 72 overall, 63, 58, 55, 47, 67 fielding, 77 block. Has all of 17 speed. Maybe at some point he's going to take over for Wilson Contreras. Like, I'm not sure. Wilson Contreras looks like a pretty solid catcher. 64, 84, 78, 75. They might keep him around for a while. So we'll have to see how that goes. But looks like, I mean, they still have him. And then I swear they got another guy if we go to the team affinity. Like, it's like Miguel something, man. Let's see. Cubs. This guy's like another catcher, like Miguel Amaya. So it seems like they got some catching prospects. 65, 88, 52, 74. So they definitely got some people at catchers for the Cubs. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Reds. These are from MLB The Show 17. And team Reds. We can actually go this way or closer to this side. We got the Reds and we got Castillo. Really seems like he's the next big thing for the Reds. We're going to be like a very good pitcher for them. Circle, 4-seam, 2-seam, slider. Maybe he could hit diamond by the end of the year type of deal. Well, if we had like a true 162, it feels like he could have possibly gotten up there this year for them. And then the other guy is still on their team, Robin Stevenson. We talked about him a bit earlier when we saw him when we were searching for somebody else. So he was able to make it up there. And then let's see, for the Reds, we have Jesse Winker. I believe he's still on their team as well. I think he's that was the guy from the Rays. Let's see, Jesse Winker. There he is. He has 8169, 5248. I feel like 1 year and maybe it was last year, he had like a lot more power versus right. I just remember using him as like a bench bat and BR, that kind of thing, events. That kind of thing. So he's still with the Reds after all this time. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the Brewers players, and they had a couple, especially back, let's see, Brewers, especially back in MLB 17, they had 3 of them. So Josh Hader still with the squad, really ascended. They had him as they had Josh Hader as an 88. He actually is an 88 now. Much better stats on this card than the other one. Brandon Woodruff was one from MLB 18, I believe. Yes, he was an 82 and 18. He's at a 79. So he's really actually done pretty well. He's only 3 points away from hitting that projection. So that's actually a very good projection for him as well. And then let's see, Brewers was just him in 18, and then they had Orlando Arcia, who I believe is still on the team. Orlando Arcia is a 72. They had him at an 87, and then this guy they had Brinson as well, and he is on the Marlins, and I'm not sure where I don't feel like he has like he's only at a 63 overall. So Lewis Brinson, man, was an 87, now down to a 63 overall. Just never quite panned out. Okay. So now we are going to go to that's all the Brewers, I believe. We got a couple. We'll go through the MLB 19 guys at the very end. And then we're gonna take a look at the Pirates and the Pirates. Let's see here. Pirates had they had Josh Bell, 82 overall. They had him projected at an 85. Definitely feel like he's lived up to the projection. One of the better players in the MLB. Then they had Colin Moran. They had Colin Moran in MLB 18. Colin Moran was an 82 overall back then. And he's at a 71, so he's on his way, not quite there, but he is on his way to getting where he needs to go. We also have Tyler Glasnow, who was an 80 overall, and he was traded to the Rays. And let's see, Tyler Glasnow, what is he overall? He's a 76 right now overall, and he was they had him projected as a 90. So he has not quite gotten up to that spot, but he is at a 76 overall, so that's not that bad. It's just still, it's not like a 90 overall. Now let's go and take a look at the Cardinals. The Cardinals had They had Reyes, who was like a 68 overall, I want to say. 58.26 has never been up towards where they had him projected as like a 93. So he really hasn't got up to there. They also had on the D-backs Carson Kelly. Carson Kelly was an 85. He's a 76. Just he has not been an 85, but I feel like he's still like a big league catcher, so I don't feel like that was too far off. At least, some of these guys, way off, so at least he's not too far off. And then Tyler O'Neill, remember 85 that I said like had tons and tons of power? That is not what his card looks like in this game at all. 52, 56, 65, 54, not 90 some power. And then he has 94 speed, which is a lot more speed than he had on his other cards. So he's kind of had like maybe one of the more drastic shifts of like how his card was. Let's go ahead and search for Socrates. Socrates Burrito. Actually, let's search for Burrito because I think that's like less to type. So we'll go Burrito. Yeah, Socrates Burrito. I don't know what happened to that guy. He's not in the game anymore though. For the D-backs, he's just completely not there. The D-backs did not have one in 17. Let's take a look at the Rockies. I believe all three of these guys are still with the Rockies too. So let's see. Rockies. Marquez, silver overall pitcher. He was let's see what they had him at. They had him at 85, so he's a 78. So he's getting pretty close to what they had him as. This guy is not. Garrett Hampson is not. Oh, Garrett Hampson, excuse me. That's not who I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Hoffman. Let's see. F. Hoffman. I know you're still on the team. He's only at 64 overall. So one of the pitchers really panned out. Marquez really panned out. Hoffman on the down and out at 64. They're both 85. So Marquez definitely closer to that projection. And then also we had Garrett Hampson, who was there one in MLB 18. And he has done, he's a 68 overall, but I feel like he is possibly the starting second baseman. So we'll have to see how that goes for him. At least he's on the club now. So we'll see how that goes. And then we got quite a few Dodgers. Definitely one of the better projections. Walker Buehler, he was a 92 overall projected at an 86. Definitely on the up and up, though, for the Dodgers. Then we also had Urias, so I believe is a silver. And they had him as one of the highest Future Stars cards at 94. He's still got a starting pitcher. I think he helps out of their bullpen. Four-seam slider, change up, and a curveball. And then we talked about him on the Red Sox already. They had Verdugo as well from MLB The Show 17. But Verdugo has not been traded for Mookie Betts. So that really worked out for them, really, when you think about it, picking up Mookie Betts for Verdugo. So, that's been, they're on the right side, I feel like, of that. We'll have to see, but there's Verdugo over there. So that's where he panned out. We talked about him a bit earlier. And the Dodgers also had Dennis Santana. And I just don't remember Dennis Santana at all. Let's see if he's still in the league or still has a card. He does. He's actually on the Dodgers. So he's still a part of their team. He's a 54 overall, though. So he's barely holding on, but he still is with the Dodgers. That actually surprised me. I didn't expect him to still be with the team, but he is. All right, let's take a look at the Padres now. And I don't know if either of these guys are on the team. I think both of these guys are actually on the Rays now. Let's see. There is Hunter Renfroe, 79 overall. He was projected to be an 85 overall. Still has the power versus left. His card seems somewhat very similar to his other card. I did not realize he has 84 fielding and 99 arm strength, though. I did not know that. So that's very interesting to me. I did not realize that it was like that. Then we also got Margot. Now, is Margot on the... I feel like he is. So both of these guys got traded to the Rays. So there's Margot. He was supposed to be an 87. He's a 75. It's kind of interesting that both the Future Stars cards that the Padres had from MLB 17 got traded to the Rays in that deal. The other guy that the Padres have, I believe, is still on their team. It is Joey Lucchesi, 75 overall. He was projected to be an 85. He has the sinker, the changeup, the cutter, the four-seam fastball. If he ever really, I mean, he's got a sinker, a changeup, and a curveball. If he ever really started beasting, like, be a pretty good card, for sure. So there's Joey Lucchesi. And then we got the Giants from MLB 17. They had, let's see if we can search this guy. Andrew Suarez. I just don't remember this guy at all. Both of these guys I don't remember. Let's see. Andrew Suarez, he's still on the team. 65 overall. Starting pitcher, still with the club. Four-seam slider, 12-6, and a changeup. So he has like the standard pitches. And then the other guy is Christian Arroyo. What team is he on, man? Is he still in the game? I hope I spelled this right. He's with the Indians now, so he's still in the league. He's still in the league. First base, second base, shortstop, Christian Arroyo still in the game for the Giants. All right, so we got a couple of cards left. And then we have finished up. But all these guys, I believe, are with their respective teams. So the Blue Jays, they have Bo Bichette and Vlad Jr. Both at 75 overalls. They were 95 for Vlad Jr. and a 90 for Bo Bichette. The White Sox, they still have Eloy Jimenez. He's a 76 overall projected. I believe it like a 90. Yeah, I wanted to see the Braves with Austin Riley. What do they have Austin Riley as? Where is Austin? He's at a 70 overall for the Braves. And then we got I think it was an 88 for his future starts card from last year. Then we got Nick Senzel, 72 overall. I believe he was like a 90 overall. So I guess I didn't write these there overall. If I'm off by a little bit, my bad on that. Then we have Keston Hiura. Let's see. I know he's got a lot of power versus right. There he is right there. Kind of a sneaky 85-82 power versus right on right. Reverse splits. There he is. And then we finally have our last future starts card for the Rockies. And he's got a prospect card in this game too. But where is his Brendan Rodgers, 67 overall. Feels like a guy that they're going to trade or something. They got to figure out something because they got Hampson, Story, and Rodgers, and they all kind of play in the same spot. So they'll have to figure out something. But we have one more. We also have Fernando Tatis Jr., who had his, and obviously everybody knows Fernando Tatis Jr. now. 81 overall. And then he's also got the face of the franchise cards. One of my favorite players in the MLB too, Fernando Tatis Jr. So there you guys go. There is every single face of the franchise card that's ever been in the game, and if they're in the game now. Hope this was a fun trip, fun nostalgia trip for you. And if you guys want more videos like this in the future, or if you got a video idea, leave it down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go edit this now, and see you guys in the next video. Till then, peace out.